Happy Saturday! We are live on Twitch TV. Oh boy! I'm extremely hungover. I was actually going to record this and stream a lot earlier, but last night, had one too many White Claws again. Oh boy. They're so yummy. And by the time you know it, you're already like done with them. I don't know why my webcam is literally freaking out here, but this pod is going to be in high definition, so maybe it fixes it. I'm almost positive that my screen is too far away from or rather my webcam is too far away from my green screen. It is on my to-do list today to rearrange my work office, so I will be testing out like the proper length to get every single thing right. So by the next episode, which will be Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, if you're new here, and if you are new here, please subscribe and definitely turn on the notification bell. But I'm starting to do a new thing, and I'm going to be recording pods live on Twitch. I actually have the Twitch chat going right now, so I'm going to be pretty much doing like a segment, looking at the Twitch chat, looking at what some people are saying. Right now, the topic for this pod is old school RuneScape before the Grand Exchange. So if you are watching the live stream, think about some interesting things before the Grand Exchange came out, because I actually really didn't realize that the Grand Exchange was installed on old school RuneScape, believe it or not, February 26, 2015. Old school RuneScape launched mid-Feb 2013. So for 2 years, for 2 years, I almost got scammed, which was not fun. And it happened like more times than you can actually like really think about it. It really did. And there was actually quite a few scammers out there that they were pretty crafty, very crafty. So we're going to be talking about some of that. It feels really good to be live streaming again too. And by the way, I did my first live stream on Twitch yesterday in over a year. And the reason why that I'm filming some pods live on Twitch is honestly really from you all. I actually had a few people on after Thursday's pod episode reach out to me and say, hey, if you don't have time to do streaming like, you know, like a significant amount of time in your life right now, such as, you know, like more than maybe like 2-3 hours, because I would like to stream for 6, 7, 8 hours. I would love to. I would love to do a lot of things on RuneScape. I just don't have time right now. Although I'm going to have a lot more time after probably around like mid-November. Maybe a little sooner, maybe a little after, but it's coming soon. However, when multiple people basically pretty much say, hey, you know, like you should definitely try to do something, and when multiple people kind of push me in one area, well, it always tends to work out very well. So thank you if you're one of those people. You know who you are, and really suggesting that I do like a live pod recording and incorporate people, you know, from like Twitch and stuff. I mean, I could theoretically live stream on YouTube, but I want to go over some housekeeping items before we dive into the Grand Exchange talking here. And I am AFKing on on old school RuneScape right now. I got so much prayer to do. It's not even funny. Let me see how much. Oh, whoa! And by the way, somebody dropped, like, there are people at the Grand Exchange. I mean, not the Grand Exchange. There are people that drop an outrageous amount of stuff here for no apparent reason. It's like, I don't really understand why people drop stuff at the Crafting Guild, but I have been at the Crafting Guild and I've made hundreds and hundreds of K during like one point in time. People right now are subscribing to me on Twitch. Mr. Huzzem. Oh, it's for some reason I have a lot of technical issues. For some reason, subscriptions are not appearing on the screen. It will most likely be fixed, but thank you so much, brother. I really do appreciate the support. But yeah, I got so many bones to do. It's not even funny, and I'm not even. That doesn't even get me like close to 99. It gets me like level 96, which is terrible. That's 40 mil, literally just gone. Absolutely just pulverized, which is terrible. Okay, so like I was saying, really quickly, housekeeping items. For anyone that does not know, where are you? Where are you? I just had you pulled up. Come on. Where are you? Oh boy, I just accidentally closed this. Are you serious? Hang on one second. Where are you? Ah, there we go. We found it. Okay. I talked about this in my previous pod. I actually just got a sponsorship deal on a different platform, StoryFire. Link for StoryFire will be below. So it's a free speech platform. Obviously, people get this confused all the time. Free speech is not hate speech, but old style NightmareRH videos are going to be uploaded there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Making an account over on StoryFire is completely free. And also viewing the videos are completely free also. There is an option over there to buy a subscription from me, kind of like Patreon in a way. I will be doing probably some exclusive stuff like on the weekends there, but otherwise, the vast majority of the stuff is going to be just, hey, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And it's doesn't cost anything to sign up. If you could do me a favor, take a couple minutes out of your time, make an account, and subscribe to me, because it really does help me out significantly. The more subscribers I have on there, the more that the sponsorship team over there, primarily the CEO, who I've talked to multiple times and included me in his launch Thursday, along with a friend of mine, the COO, Sky Does Minecraft. The more subscribers and the more people over there, it does really look, extremely well for me. And if it's well for me, then it's well for you guys with great content. But the reason I'm posting over there is because I can make videos like how I just want to have fun. I want to start doing a lot of PKing stuff. I want to do a lot of high-level PVM stuff as well. And I can't... It's last weekend, I accidentally stubbed my toe really badly recording one of these pods. And I obviously wanted to blur out a naughty word that FluffTube would not accept. But on StoryFire, oh no, you can have fun. And NightmareRH old style content is going there. I already posted 2 videos on there. Next one is going to be Monday, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, like I said, the only thing it's going to take is a couple minutes of your time. Please sign up. They do have a mobile app as well. The mobile app, honestly, in my opinion, is actually better than probably the desktop version. But for those of you that did already watch my videos over there, much love, much appreciation. And what's good for me is great for you all. Because it's definitely going to make me produce a lot more content. And I don't know if my body can handle it anymore, but I would love to do some 24-hour live streams and really do a lot of stuff on this game. Because right now I'm kind of just really mentally automating on this game, which is good, but at the same time, we're kind of AFKing in a way. Sometimes AFKing really isn't like the best option out there, but still. All right, let me see, because I gotta actually look at the Twitch chat here. Let's see. Mr. Young, you just gifted a whole bunch of people subscriptions. They're obviously going to be owing you some handies later. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes, I need a random event. Yeah, I do fancy an exam. How much GP is this going to save me right now? Let's see. We got a cake. We got some bread. We got an axe. We got a sword. Let's see. All these things make you thirsty. I'm guessing they don't have potassium and sodium water. I guess they probably just have stuff that's going to dehydrate you. Like martinis and everything. Definitely don't need those, but that will definitely fix the hangover. Oh, significantly fix the hangover. So let's see. How much GP did we just save? 1,300. We saved about like 12K. It's actually not bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at some of what you all are saying right now. Topic for this video is old school RuneScape before the Grand Exchange. So you're talking 2 years. 2 years. Hang on. Let me pull some. Okay, so the first thing that I kind of really want to check out here is this. Hang on. Let me pull this because I honestly totally forgot about this. Old school RuneScape Grand Exchange. Yeah, it did come out 2 years later. I honestly forgot about this. That is how long old school RuneScape has actually been out for. 26 February 2015. So you're talking about 2 years after the launch of old school RuneScape. The Grand Exchange was actually added into the game. That just blows my mind away. Like we have been playing RuneScape too long. Like seriously, we're just old. we're old. Absolutely just old, man. Let's see. Old style, collecting all promo points. We got the 4-inch destroyer here on Twitch TV. Shout out to you. What do you guys remember on old school RuneScape before the Grand Exchange? If any of you guys can remember that. Because I remember actually not a whole lot until I actually searched some stuff. Finally beat the game. That doesn't count. Flax, no. Selling stuff. How about the Falador Park Market? Do you all remember that? What about going... Hang on one second. What about going to Falador Park? Because there were multiple areas, if people forgot, that you could actually, like, go to. One of them was actually this area. And for anyone watching that does not remember this, because honestly, I actually forgot about this. Falador Park was like a great mosh pit area, but you would have this entire area completely filled in World 2. It was crazy. You didn't play pre-GE on old school RuneScape? Oh, sweet! Yes, baby! That's what I'm talking about! Okay! Mr. Huzz! Woo! What year did you start playing? We actually have someone on Twitch right now. Finally, man. Finally. Okay, I got some questions for you. What year did you start playing old school RuneScape? Because because old school RuneScape became extremely popular 2015. Actually, it was either 2015 is when the streaming really blew up. It like blew up like in a good way. But 2016, that's when like old school RuneScape was like promoting itself, like pumping a lot of money into revenue and really like ramping up marketing and everything. But if you honestly did not play pre-GE on old school RuneScape, that's great. Because I want to hear from more people that actually came, because there's plenty of people, and actually I have quite a few of them in my clan, that actually started playing old school RuneScape like 2016, 2017, 18. A lot of people started playing RuneScape, believe it or not, 2020 during all the COVID lockdowns. Freshly squeezed lemon water. My body needs refreshing. I love you so much, alcohol, but why do you hurt so bad? But otherwise, yeah. So before the Grand Exchange on old school RuneScape, things were identical to what they were like before the Grand Exchange on RS3. And before on RS3, you had Falador completely packed with the market. It resembled the stock market like hundreds of years ago. The U.S. stock market, England stock market. If you wanted to sell your junk, you had to actually come here, and you had to actually find a buyer. It actually, it took skill to pretty much do this. You wish the Grand Exchange was removed, boss of God Wars. You want to know what? I actually secretly wish the Grand Exchange was removed too. I'm very content. Like, I've been playing RuneScape so long that I know all the tricks. And when I say tricks, I mean like how to like survive without the Grand Exchange. However, we don't have a form system anymore, so therefore it kind of yeah, they would have to bring back the forms. But I did actually, I'm going to pull this up on the screen here. And if you are listening to this pod, please don't stop, if you are driving, or you're at the gym, or you're cooking dinner, definitely let me know. Because I know that, I mean, hey, there are people that I listen to when I primarily do other stuff, and I listen to them on my cell phone. And I'm doing stuff around my house, whether it's cleaning, might be on the toilet, but it's just right now we're showing some stuff. So I recorded this video, Grand Exchange coming to RuneScape 2007. I recorded this a couple weeks after 2007 RuneScape launched in February, and it was just a short video. I was actually on my iPad. So this was before RuneScape Mobile. The mobile actually app and stuff. Oh, wow. Look at my stats back here. I loved fishing, man. I went straight back into fishing mode. But there was a lot of talk about, hey, what is the progression of what is the progression in 2007? Obviously, the progression in 2007 became old school RuneScape. That's a fact. That's awesome. But there was a lot of talk about, like, hey, how many updates are we going to be including and stuff? And the Grand Exchange was one of the first things that pretty much was like on here. And in this video that I ended up, it was just really about, talking per se, but it's pretty remarkable because, give me 1 second. Where's the other one? Mr. Holy had a good video in 2015 when it came out. Yep, well, I mean, those are the next ones. I more or less play the same way you did back in mid-2000s. Don't really optimize stuff. You are a spitting image of me, and thank you for subscribing, by the way. Yeah, I mean, it's spitting image. Okay. So next video that I ended up making, and we're going to fast forward. So now we're on legitimately old school RuneScape. Man, dude. Time is just like a roller coaster. If you saw this video of mine, it's actually pretty nuts. So Grand Exchange voting on old school RuneScape, January 13, 2015, nearly 2 years later, we actually had a voting option to pretty much, saying, hey, this stuff is coming, blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and vote on it. Okay, that's lovely and wonderful. And then I ended up making a bank video right before the Grand Exchange came out. I don't really think my bank was anything back then. Yeah, this was bald and like naked Nightmare. Did I have anything interesting in my bank? Yeah, I don't think I had diddly 7. Yeah, I had like, and by the way, I mean all my GP that I have made on old school RuneScape. Yeah, here's the vast majority of my wealth. Like it's all, yeah, my bank was nothing. But then I ended up making the new Grand Exchange, selling my bank, and I made this the following 2 days when the Grand Exchange was launched. Initial prices, and I pretty much sold like a ton of junk items. Absolutely, I sold. Why did I sell everything? I can't remember. I'm honestly really not up. Oh yeah, it was just pure junk. So I ended up getting about 3.2 mil. So that's what the Grand Exchange did for RS3 and also old school RuneScape. It pretty much made it easy that you can sell your junk. Mr. Fade RS, thank you so much for subscribing, brother. Much love and appreciation. But people listening to the pod, now we're going to be diving into some scams that was out there before the Grand Exchange. And of course, it really does. It's so many people got scammed. I almost so many times. It's not even funny how many amount of times that I almost got scammed with the basic changing number system. That stupid where the 4 looks like a K. That's probably like the biggest thing. 4-inch destroyer. Remember being scammed for a Sarah sword. They swapped noted white sword after canceling the trade. Lost 1 mil pretty much in bank. Not really a scam, but very scammy. Tackle buying units at one time. You end up with hang on one second. My alarm just went off. Good old noted trick. Thank you so much for the love and appreciation of Subtrain, Mr. Hunt. I gotta fix a whole bunch of stuff, so notifications will start appearing. But yeah, so now we're gonna be moving into the pod, talking primarily about all the different scamming type tactics. Like I said, the biggest number one thing for me that I almost fell trapped in was honestly the trading with like a trading with a where is it? More people are dropping junk. Give me your GP. Give me your junk. Come on. Keep giving me that stuff. Let's go. Okay. Let's go ahead and withdraw this. It's basically pretty much this. What was it? And you got to remember that so many years ago, and I actually totally forgot about this because I like blocking out a lot of things that could have once caused me pain in my life. And it's pretty much like this style of a trick. So you have like this. No. It would be 10K. 10K. Hang on one second. Let's go ahead and do it. So let's say hypothetically that you're selling something for 1 mil, right? So if you're selling something for 1 mil, it looks like this on the screen. However, if you're selling, the local scam would be to put a 4 on the end, and for until the Grand Exchange came out on old school RuneScape, a lot of people fell for this, but I do remember that the old school RuneScape team did install some updates when this came out. But this was like one of the biggest like scams out there that people actually fell for. When 2007 RuneScape was launched, I almost fell for this repeatedly. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. But I think it was a couple months they ended up changing it to like the flashing screen But this was like the number one go-getter of a like scam that people would primarily do. Now, what you were talking about, let's see, Mr. Being scammed for a Sarah sword. They swap a noted white sword after canceling the trade. So canceling the trade primarily goes with like any other thing. That's another like tactic too. Cancel the trade and then reopen the trade very quickly and swap it with other items. Kind of like the sleight of sleight of hand option. I was actually playing some Call of Duty Zombies last night. Sleight of hand. But yeah. So it's if you have like, oh, what am I doing? I am all messed up here. I meant to get some birdhouses. If you have like a quick hand, you could use to scam like a lot of people. And it was very unfortunate because a lot of people ended up losing a lot of GP when they really did not have to. So you got the GP. That was one of probably the leading things. Swapping items, canceling right away, making you accepting items very quickly. The other one that people kind of really fell trapped in, and I remember that I almost fell trapped in one of this before I even, this was like 2006-ish, is when you would have one person standing in one building saying, selling an item, which would be like, keep the number simple. Let's say you're selling a dragon plate body for 1 million GP, and the dragon plate body is only worth 900k, but this person is selling it for 1 mil. Now, the person outside the house or wherever they're selling is buying that dragon chain body for like 1.1 mil. Both of those two people are in on the scam. So you're going to buy the dragon chain body above value, and then you're going to go up to the guy who is supposedly buying it way above value, and he's not going to buy it. So that was a very wide range lore. Was it a lore? More so just a scam. Now, the luring aspect really came into play when people would take you all around different locations, teleport you. That was really big too. Hey, we're going to meet here for, a trade swap. I can tell you years ago, before the first Grand Exchange came out on RuneScape, the way that I got scammed was actually by a lure. It wasn't actually, but then again, a lure is a scam. It was a lure type scam. But, I ended up, where did I go to? I was selling cannonballs. I was selling 1,000 cannonballs. And I remember that I was like 16, 17 years ago. It's 17 years old, not years ago. No, it would actually be 16, 17 years ago almost. Oh man, I'm old. And I remember that I literally just wanted to break down in tears. Like it was like so bad. But I ended up going to it fell for the White Knight Castle location, being brought up, and then just boom, somebody came out and murked, and I'm like, okay, this is obviously. But the way that I fell for that years ago was because they were offering a much higher value, and I pretty much like knew right off the bat when someone was like pulling my chain, because if someone's going to be meeting you in multiple different locations, they're definitely not serious. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, those popular methods made scammers and lures a ton of money, which is absolutely terrible. And it's definitely a very good thing that the Grand Exchange stopped a lot of that. Now, is it somewhat good in the sense that, we have a taxation problem on old school RuneScape? No, that's definitely not. Doubling cash scams, that's another one. Mr. 4-inch Destroyer said that in the Twitch chat. Take this teleport to Camelot, buy, bury, yeah, just any time that someone would actually give you stuff, it would definitely be a hands down type of scam. They didn't really have any good intention for you, or pretty much like they don't give a flying hoot about the trade. They don't give, they just want to take your GP and run with it. That's pretty much about it. Just take your GP and obviously just go away. Just they're worse than bankers, pretty much. But besides that, one of the things that was removed from RuneScape when the Grand Exchange was added, and I would love to know from Trimming Armor, yes, Mine Man, that is definitely one too. I'm going to trim your armor. I actually saw that a lot. One of the things that really moved is it removed a lot of interaction away from the game. One of the reasons why that I really got sucked into RuneScape is because of the interaction with like the online community. I mean, it did suck essentially going to the marketplace, which would be World 2 or World 1, going to Falador, going to Varrock, going to like the northern Varrock Bank, just had massive amounts of people there. But it really did feel like there was a lot more, I want to say like, how do I put it? Very big interaction that was removed when the Grand Exchange was added. And I do want to talk about this in a different pod, how RuneScape has really shifted. Because, I mean, like, people on the internet tend to be a lot more extroverted, I want to say, in ways than probably maybe, like, their normal personality. Me, personally, I actually grew up very introverted, and then adult years pretty much became very extroverted. If we ever met each other at a social event, restaurant, bar, randomly somewhere, concert, I'm the same way as I am right now. Very, very talkative, and I like to keep the conversation going. One of the reasons why during my 20s I was a man whore. Yeah. It's fun times, but at the same time, not really. One of my honest, like, pickup, well, it actually really wasn't a pickup line. It would just be randomly, it would just be starting in, like, the middle of a conversation. So, take away, like, hey, how's your day going? And just randomly start talking about something. Man, this bar is really dirty. Man, this bar is really clean. Man, this bar could be better. It's just randomly talking. Removing the interaction aspect on this game, it did create a more introverted type feel, because if you really wanted to be an isolated RuneScapian, and I do want to talk on a whole episode about this, because I just really am curious. Maybe I'm overthinking, maybe I'm not. I really don't know, but I think it would be a good psychological, talking piece. And I really want to see how many people nowadays really think that RuneScape is just very isolated. Because when I played RuneScape the most years ago, and I'm talking like 6, you're talking minimum 6, 7, 8 hours a day playing RuneScape years ago, I was very interactive on this game. Now it's like I can AFK and just zone everything out like I'm doing right now, and I can play the game. But having like no Grand Exchange, you actually were forced to be a little interactive in a way. However, right now on Twitch, I do want to go to, because I had for the first portion of this pod pretty much sub-only chat, But now I'm going to go to, how do I remove sub-only chat here? Hang on one second. /sub subscribers off mode. Ah, there we go. I want to hear from everyone watching. What are some of the other scams that maybe I did or did not mention? And do you think that RuneScape as a whole is better or worse with the Grand Exchange? Let's see. Yeah, freedom. Freedom! Because at the same time, I will say this. The Grand Exchange maybe a little bit of freedom, but at the same time, it probably is not so much freedom. Converting to player to player scam. I'm not entirely sure what that is. G was necessarily bad to the game. Pay to play, but yes, but what type of scam came to like pay to play? 06 trading was the best. I made a ton of GP in 2006 for having, as I ran a merchanting empire of Pure Essence and Flax. In-game gambling? Okay. Now, that's a little different here, and that's a little off topic. I honestly feel the vast majority of the time the Grand Exchange is a good thing. That's my honest opinion. I'm about 75, 25%. The reason I'm 25% not Grand Exchange is because, one, the Grand Exchange tax, but I get it. The RuneScape economy is a living thing, kind of like the U.S. economy. If you don't live in the U.S., it's a nation's economy. It's actually pretty incredible. Jagex has actually hired economists that actually look at the real economy, and they've actually hired economists and be like, hey, we got a really bad inflation problem. How do we solve this? Well, you need to figure out a way to dump GP. Okay? So I get it. Totally get it. But the 25% of the reason is just because of my old RuneScape at heart. I am a very old RuneScape player, and I've had so much fun before the Grand Exchange was installed, and I have all these old nostalgic memories, so that's really the reason why I have 25% of me that really does say, hey, it's like there was a better time before the Grand Exchange. Let me just say that. But the 75% of me that actually supports the Grand Exchange obviously is because you can sell junk in your bank. Is the accessibility. Accessibility means you can do more stuff on this game. And obviously, with all the stuff on this game nowadays that are very high-end, a lot of times people just don't have the minutes or tens of minutes to go to the marketplace on RuneScape to sell their junk or sell items, which is totally understandable. And honestly, yeah, I mean that's pretty much hit the nail on the head for this pod. But if you are watching this pod on YouTube, please let me know in the comment sections below if you think the Grand Exchange overall is a good thing, if you think it's more so a bad thing, and if you do remember times where you had to actually be street smart and survive on the own. Because all these new RuneScape players nowadays, if the Grand Exchange were to disappear, there would be so many people getting scammed. So many people would be getting scammed. It wouldn't even be funny. Devil's advocate. Like the Grand Exchange because you didn't have to spend hours of time spamming chat selling blank 200 GP each. But that was the whole fun, man. I will say that. That is something I don't miss. But I do miss seeing the mosh pit of people like at Falador seeing the mosh pit of people like there and stuff. Oh, but on a closing note, once again, just kind of really doubling back to StoryFire. I forgot to mention this in yesterday's stream and also Thursday's podcast episode, but the StoryFire launch, it was actually a old school RuneScape team that was actually launched on StoryFire, and it was actually during StoryFire's AMA. They're like revealing in a way. I did an interview with her a couple weeks ago. Cloudsmo. So she was one of the content creators that was launched over there too. She already posted videos, so if you do like her content, and especially from the podcast that I did with her, definitely check out her StoryFire channel. Same as YouTube. And then the other one too is very old friend of mine. Big Blue. Not sure how many of you all remember Big Blue from Black Ops Nazi Zombies. Me and him are going to be doing some stuff over on StoryFire as well. Because actually I tested this on my Discord server, and all my links are down below. If you're looking for any of them, all my social media, Discord once again. But I ended up asking quite a few people. I'm like, hey, do you remember the videos I posted like on my NightmareRH Versus Gaming of me and Big Blue doing Dead Island and doing Nazi Zombies uncensored? And they're like, oh, absolutely. And so we're going to be doing a lot of interactive stuff over there. But StoryFire is definitely going to be one of those things where it's going to be a lot of interactive type base. I'm not sure if any of you all remember this from, so many moons ago, where I used to do Sunday DMs, Sunday death matches, where I would actually fight people in the wild. I'm probably going to bring that back and start doing Sunday DMs again, where you can fight me. Because, ironically, back in 2011, when I did that stuff, I didn't have Venge. And I also did not have, I'm pretty much like max combat now in a way. About to be 126 combat too, as soon as I finish doing these prayer little doodads. But yeah, it's pretty incredible. I'm going to smack some people. So I definitely do want to do a lot of interactive stuff because that StoryFire account is primarily for you all. All right, I think I'm going to wrap up this pod. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, please definitely subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And Twitch TV/NightmareRH, going to be live maybe Monday for a little bit, but going to be live when it's definitely Tuesday, then Thursday, then of course, Saturday too, filming for these pods. So if you missed me on Twitch today, and by the way, my schedule is all over the place, so I don't really have a set schedule just yet. I apologize, still working stuff out. I just really got to get done over the next 2 months, and then I'm going to have a lot more free time for you all. Otherwise, love you guys, and I'll see you later.